students, Mrs. Giroux here, and I just want to quickly give you an overview of where everything's at in the class and read the rules to you so that you know what's going on and what to expect. So here is our homepage for Digital Arts 2, which is the state equivalent of Digital Media 2. We have a welcome video here. I'd really like you to watch that. If you could, please, you could pause this and just go to the homepage and watch that now if you haven't already. And I want to first go to the plan because the plan is really important to keep you on track. I've got everything set up. So today is our first day that we're going to have live class. I have a welcome to digital arts feature here. And if you click more, that is going to give you kind of an overview of what we're going to be doing and what to expect. We can click the breadcrumb trail and come back to the plan. This is what we're going to be doing next is the rules. And if you had clicked there, you'd be able to see the rules and scroll all the way to the bottom and find the rules quiz down here. Whew, that's a lot of rules. Don't worry, I'm going to read them with you so that you don't have to suffer through it alone. Never suffer in silence. All right, so then we have a week 1 folder, and notice that I have them organized. So the weeks are going to start when we have our live classes. So this will go from March 18th to the 24th. And if you click on that and go more, whatever the coursework for the week is, once I get it posted, I still haven't posted it yet, it's going to show up in here. So if you haven't seen it post yet, don't get paranoid about it. I'll get it in there, promise. And so you can use, I'm in the week view. Did I mention that? Yeah, you want to be in week view. So if you forward, you can see where that week ends and then week 2 starts. And it will just go like that throughout the block. We'll have spring break the week of the 6th through the 10th. So that week 3 is going to stretch through that week and end the following Tuesday. Then week 4, 5. Week 6, we have prom scheduled. Of course, we all know we're not sure what's going to happen with the prom this year, but that is the plan at this point. And we have a academic support class I just wanted to remind you about. As it gets towards the end of the block, we'll all be meeting. On Tuesdays, I have a class from 2 to 3, so I'll only be available from 3 to 4. So that's why I wanted to put that on there so you know. And then in the final deadline week, where we're approaching the last little bit of school there, I have a warning for you that all of your late work needs to be in by that Sunday. And then we're also going to have a last chance study hall homeroom. We'll fast forward to the last week of school. So your deadline to have all of your work in is that Sunday the 17th, even though this looks like it's bleeding out into Monday. It's really not. And the last day of school is the 22nd, but you'll have all of your work in by that Tuesday. That is your last day. And then last day for seniors is Monday, the 18th. So the end of the school year is coming really quickly. Okay, so all of the work that's in here is linked to the content, and the content is where everything is at. So when I create my lessons, this is where I go. I go into the content. So you'll notice that Welcome to Digital Arts link that was in the plan is here. You can also see that I have my contact information and a lot of helpful resources there. The rules that we're going to read in a moment. This is where I'll be posting the live class recordings, and this is where you'll find your week 1 assignment, which, as I said, has not been posted yet. But let's read the rules together. So welcome. Digital Art 2 is a quick moving introduction to the following skills: 2D animation, video editing, audio engineering. Can I make this commitment? Digital Art 2 will require you to use 3 computer software programs: OpenTunes, OpenShot, and Audacity. If you were just thrown into this class or registered without realizing what you were getting yourself into, please install these programs and make sure they work as soon as possible. If they won't install on your computer or you're not interested in learning these skills, please don't feel like you need to stay in this class. I want you to be fully committed, otherwise you may not be successful. If you cannot commit to spending 4 to 5 hours per week working in and learning the ins and outs of these programs, please contact your counselor right away to withdraw, and I'll provide that information here momentarily. You can drop this class within the first 3 weeks. You have a choice. If for any reason you find yourself with a 0 in this class after week 1 or even week 2, you probably can't make the commitment and it's time to withdraw before you end up with an F on your transcript. Remember, in high school, every F means a class that you have to retake later, and it brings your total grade point average down, which is not good if you're trying to get into college. They take your grade point average very seriously. So don't be procrastinating about this. Withdraw at the first sign of knowing in your heart that you can't make the commitment. How to drop the class? Simply email your counselor and say, "Dear Mrs. So-and-so, I realize that I won't be successful in digital arts 2 and I'd like to drop the class and take a different elective, please. What are my options? Sincerely, your name." It's super easy. You can do it. Here is your counselor's information, and counselors are assigned alphabetically by last names. Live class every Wednesday, 12:30 to 1:15. Friday elective study hall, 2 p.m. If you're struggling, come get help either at the end of live classes on Tuesday or visit me in the study hall on Friday at 2. If you allow your grade to fall below a D, please come to that study hall so you can get some help. Please maintain a passing grade at all times in this class. Please reply to my emails, phone calls, or texts within 24 hours. It's expected that you log in and read your emails on a daily basis. You're also expected to reciprocate that communication to your teachers within 24 hours. It is a common courtesy and a real-life skill. Don't make excuses. If you cannot commit, just withdraw within the first 3 weeks. Late work will not be penalized, only up to 1 week past the due date. Assignments turned in more than a week late will be penalized unless you and Learning Coach have contacted me in advance requesting a specific accommodation based on an extenuating circumstance. You cannot come to me a week after the due date and then tell me about your extenuating circumstance that prevented you from getting your work in on time. You need to contact me before the due date and make that request. You must learn to be proactive and communicate effectively with your supervisors. This is a real-life skill. Also, when you turn your work in late, it's okay to inform a teacher that you've turned it in, but teachers may feel put off if you ask them to grade it right away. I know that you have good intentions and it's sort of, but I just want you to see it from our perspective, that it may seem insulting that you turn your work in late and then ask the teacher to drop everything they're doing to grade it. Generally, late work is on the bottom of the to-do list for teachers. So I'm not trying to criticize, but just relaying another real-life skill of how to win over the respect of your teachers, even if your work is late. Just don't ask them to grade it for you. If you turn your work in early, if you turn your work in before the due date, please be patient as I may not start grading your work until the due date arrives. I will grade your work within 3 days of the due date unless there's an extenuating circumstance on my end, and I'll let you know if that happens. IEPs and 504 plans. If you have an accommodation, it is your responsibility to contact me and discuss that with me. Every class is different and how your accommodations will be used and applied may differ depending on how the class is set up. For all students, are you reading? All of you are expected to spend 4 to 5 hours per week working in, whoops, I shouldn't say Inkscape, that's a typo, working in the 3 programs in this class. All right, so that is a normal expectation for all of your classes, that you spend 1 hour per day learning about this class's content. How you schedule in your 4 to 5 hours per week is up to you as long as you are getting your work turned in on time. 4 to 5 hours per week is plenty of time to complete the assignments if you think ahead and plan. Remember, if you fail to plan, plan to fail. I don't want you to fail, so let's plan. Speaking of which, the plan, I already showed that to you. Successful students use the plan, the tab at the top of your menu. Click the week view and you can see everything you need to do each week. The plan links to the content. When you're trying to find something, look in the content menu. It's all right there, arranged in folders that are labeled for your convenience. I promise. I'll make this class as easy to follow as possible. The gradebook. Click grades in the menu. This is your gradebook. It is an accurate reflection of where you're at in my class. If it shows you have an F, you probably have an F. Do not ever tell your parent you are doing well in a class you have an F in, because it says you have 100% progress. At this point, everyone except maybe your learning coach knows that you can click on every link in the course to make it look like you have 100% progress. If we could remove this feature from the online platform, we would, but the higher powers above don't listen to us. Hopefully you were watching this with your learning coach and now your learning coach is the wiser. Tell the truth. This is a real life skill. Give your honest best. If you turn something in, please read the rubric and make sure you completed all the objectives. If you forgot something, go back and improve your work. Nothing brings a teacher more joy than a student who follows directions carefully and submits work that they're proud of. Nothing delights a teacher more than a student who brings passion to their work. I don't expect perfection, but I do want you to give your honest best. That's the real paycheck for a teacher. Plagiarism. I know you know plagiarism is illegal, so need I say more? If you have questions about it, please don't hesitate to ask. Also, the huge time sucker some students do to try to make it look like they submitted their work, submitting a biology handout to their digital art Dropbox. Yes, you know who you are. Just stop. Please, you're not fooling anyone, and it's a huge waste of a teacher's time to have to contact your parents about the fact that you're up to shenanigans. Excuses. I've heard many, but I'm sure I haven't heard them all. It's week 5 and you have a 0 or maybe a 10% in the class. And then you feel compelled to start submitting random things to the Dropbox with bizarre excuses like, we don't have any internet, my computer is broken, I can't install Tunes, OpenShot, or Audacity, I saved it and it didn't save, we're moving, I didn't know I was in this class. Remember, don't make excuses. Figure it out right now. Can you commit or not? It's not hard. Either you can fully envision yourself spending 4 to 5 hours per week marveling at the complexity and potential of, once again, typo, OpenTunes, OpenShot, or Audacity to fulfill your digital art dreams, or you can't. If you can't, then withdraw today. I won't feel bad. Your counselor won't feel bad. No one's going to feel bad, especially you. Free yourself from this idea that you have to stay in an electives class you don't want to take. We have lots of other options that don't involve 3 complicated software programs. We need you to do your best in high school. Our success depends on you. Making smart choices is a part of doing and being your best. Be joyful. I am so excited to see the artistic ideas that exist in your imagination born into 2D animation, video production, and audio engineering. It will be challenging to learn these programs, I won't lie, but keep your perspective if and when it gets frustrating. Remember, you can take breaks. You don't have to plow through it all at once. Work an hour a day instead of 5 hours at a time. Your brain cannot absorb too much technology at once. Believe me, I've tried cramming it in. There is a limit. It's okay to pause the videos. It's okay to slow down the speed of the videos. It's okay to speed up the speed of the videos. Please be joyful. Figure out what that means for you. Balance your work life and your personal life. If you struggle to do that, come see me. Let's talk about strategies to find balance. I want you to be happy, and when you're happy, that will shine through your work. But hey, if you're not happy, you can express that side of things too, because this is art, and that would be therapeutic. Don't hesitate to reach out to me anytime with any questions or concerns you have. No question is a bad question, but the question that's never asked is never answered. So please reach out about anything. I will see you on Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. and Fridays at 2 p.m. in study hall. All right, so I'm going to quickly show you the grade book. Okay, actually in the content, first thing I want to point out is you'll notice that everything is organized in weeks, just like it was in your plan. That's super easy. And then in your grade book, when you click on grades, you'll notice everything is also organized in weeks. So you can easily tell where you're at in the grade book. And I'll also be putting links in if you're missing things to the actual assignment folder. So you can quickly go to your grade book, see what you're missing, and get it taken care of right away. So head back into the content if you would. And let's scroll all the way to the bottom of the rules, and that's where you're going to find the rules quiz. Take that quiz for me, please, and be honest. And have a great day.